This is the Money Line Grind. It is Saturday, October 5th. I have 5 picks for you for Sunday, week 5 of the NFL. But first, of course, we need to celebrate a little bit. We finally did it. We got our first sweep of the NFL season. We went 3-0 on Thursday, but this comes after going 3-1 on Monday. So we're now 6-1 in our last 7 picks. And I told you, if you look at the other videos, I told you we would catch our stride. I think we caught it, and I like all 5 picks I have for you. Right now, we're up over 9 units, so that's pretty profitable. We go to the Falcons Bucks game on Thursday. We hit the over. We put 2 units on Godwin to get 63 yards, and to top it off, we completely crushed Vegas's line on the Kirk Cousins passing yards. It was 223. He finishes with over 400. Like I said, now we're over 9 units, and we're looking to push. We got 5 picks today. For Sunday, it could get crazy. We could be up as much as 13, 14 units by the end of this week, and we'll be way ahead of the projection of 2 units per week. But we're halfway there as far as having 9 with a bunch of games slated for Sunday. But here are my 5 best picks. I'm taking Brees Hall, but I'm going to fade him. I'm fading him under 51.5 rushing yards. This is minus 110 on MGM. Haven't really been a big fan of Hall this season. We're starting to see a little bit of a rise in Allen, snap percentage and usage-wise. The Vikings allow the second least rush yards and the most pass yards, a style that may favor the Jets, a style that I've been saying the Jets want to lean into. I want them to be more pass-heavy, and for good reason. They have plenty of options, and they have a guy named Aaron Rodgers back there. The books have Hall at 12 to 13 rush attempts here. If that holds to be true, I think this is easy money. Next, we're taking Derrick Henry, over 80.5 rush yards, minus 110 on MGM. He's won us some money so far this season. And we've seen the Bengals give up big running games this season. They've given up 145 yards per game, rush yards per game. That's 6th worst in the league. And guess what? Ravens are number 1 in rushing the ball, or rush yards per game, if you want to look at that, at about 220 per game. Henry is past that slow start of the season that we saw in week 1. And it seems like the Ravens have figured out a nice balance when you have his ability to run, you have Lamar Jackson's ability to run, and then you also have Lamar Jackson's ability to throw the football. So they found the balance. Last 2 weeks, he's had some heavy usage, 25 and 24 attempts. He's hit this line 3 games in a row. In those last 2 games, though, 151 and 199 rushing yards in those games. So he's been killing it. He's also has the potential to win this bet with 1 rush. Last week, he had an 87-yard rushing touchdown, I believe it was. So I like our chances here. I don't think he gets another 80-yard run, but what if he gets another 30? That puts our 25-yard run, a couple of those. That puts us in a good spot. I'm going to roll with Derrick Henry. He's proven track record. He's won some money for us so far this week. Why not do it again? Third pick, we're taking Stephon Diggs, over 53.5 reception yards, minus 113 on FanDuel. This is a 2-unit bet. The 2-unit bets have been hitting, and that's how we've kind of boosted up our unit play here, just by being meticulous and finding the weak spots, finding our favorable bets, and just staying disciplined and making the money off that. Why do I like this as a 2-unit bet? Well, if you've been here for a while, you know I love rivalry games or anything that involves a player facing an old team, a coach going back to an old team. Birthdays, I love guys going back to their hometown. Anytime like that, my antennas go up, and we usually win. We usually get some good money on that. And that's what we got here. Diggs was once a part of the Buffalo's offense until some personnel changes led to identity changes. They became a little more run-heavy during that time, and he wanted out. He's over this line the last 2 games with 69 and 94 reception yards. He had 10 reception yards in the game where he had 94. He had 10 receptions in the game where he had 94 reception yards. This tells me there's tons of chemistry. Him and Stroud, they seem to have some trust there. The Bills are the 6th stingiest defense for teams passing yards, but the Texans are the 3rd greediest, meaning what I'm trying to say here is the Bills allow the 6th least amount of passing yards, but the Texans have the 3rd highest pass yards per game. So we have a weird little seesaw there, but I like the opportunity that they're going to have with Diggs. If he could get 10 receptions in the game, that's pretty impressive. You don't really see that too often. We don't need that much, but it tells me they have tons of plays for him. They have tons of trust, and there's tons of chemistry there. So we like Stephon Diggs. 2-unit bet. Play number 4. I'm taking Jaden Reed. Longest reception, over 25 and a half yards, minus 110 on FanDuel. A little out of a bet here. You don't really see me doing these too much. Rams play a lot of zone defense. Reed is the top 25 receiver in yards per catch versus the zone. Rams defense also allows most yards per completion. Reed averages a long catch of 32 yards per game. These are just, I looked this up. I said, all right, it makes sense to me. Of course, betting doesn't always work like that, but we try to put ourselves in the best position possible to win some money. Pretty impressive. He's hit this line in 3 out of 4 games, including a 70-yard reception and a 42-yarder last week. I think Jordan Love will find the pockets in the zone and find his ace receivers for some big gains, hopefully one for about a quarter of the field's worth, 25, 26 yards there. And my last pick, we're going with another faithful DK Metcalf, over 65.5 reception yards, minus 115. Let's throw 2 units on that bad boy too. So we got two unit bets here. I'm excited. Hopefully this doesn't kick me in the ass and then we drop a bunch of units. I don't think so. I love these guys. DK's been on a tear lately. Over 100 yards 3 weeks in a row with 104, 104, and 129. Seahawks are number 1 in pass yards per game. And this guy's a monster. He's really hard to guard. He's a big target. The Giants do have some solid defense, but I worry they don't have the size to really match up with DK. He seems to be the Seahawks' number 1 receiver. There's no stopping him either when he gets the ball. He's a machine. And those are my 5 picks for today. Now, some of you guys like to talk parlays, those freaks that are out there. I got a couple parlays for you. One I did, I just pretty much grabbed all 5 bets, threw that on a lay. I did this on MGM, so the numbers and the odds are a little screwed. You'll see some of the yardages are a little bit higher. But this was plus 2284. As you see, I throw like $5, $10 on these things because I'm just trying to make profits. So my bigger bets are on the single plays. And then if we get one of these, it's like extra boost, if you will. And then my second lay is a touchdown lay. I really like this one also. 4 legs. It's 20 plus 28.60 with the boost. So you could put $10 and win 280. You could put $20 and win, what's that, 560 around there. I'm taking Jamar Chase, Eckler, Diggs, and Metcalf for touchdowns. And that's all I got, man. Let's win some money. I got to shave. It's growing in here. But let's win some money. It's baseball season's coming to end. Basketball season's coming. There's going to be a lot of distractions. Let's hone in one last week of football so we could just earn the profits. Let's get up to 12 units. Why not? That's pretty safe. Meet halfway. Anyway, it's your boy Dame. Let's get this money.